Have you ever heard of Transvestigators? This is kind of the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. What are Transvestigators? They're basically people that go around on Twitter and social media and find women who they believe are trans and point them out and like ridicule them and harass them for supposedly being trans. And the idea is that it's like it's a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy that there's some kind of evil, anti-democratic, anti-Christian LGBTQ agenda out there to force all of your children into being gay or trans. That's what it is. It's basically it's an extension of QAnon, really, is what it is. And the idea is that the evil Jewish cabal of space lizards or whoever's in charge this week is sneaking in trans women into making them popular as celebrities and singers and actresses and such in order to brainwash your kids into becoming trans themselves. I wish I was making it up. I really wish I was, but people actually believe this shit. It's like a meme in and of itself. Now I want to show you a couple of these things. Here's one that I found here because we were talking about Taylor Swift earlier today. Taylor Swift is a big target of the trans investigators. Here's a tweet here from somebody named Mark Green. How MAGA men view successful childless single women in the United States. For the record, Taylor Swift having children wouldn't help, nor would being married. It's the successful woman part that gets under their nasty GOP skin. Vote accordingly. Mark Green is awesome. I'm not even sure who Mark Green is. Replying to somebody named Andy. Is it me or is it weird that Taylor Swift has no children and is basically the most successful woman of our time, 33 years old? She's trans and poisoning the young girls to hate men. Her face does not look feminine to me either. Something is off. Watchers of my full stream here may recognize this one from our earlier Taylor Swift segment. Yes, I'm reusing it. Sue me. Where does the trans part come in? Taylor Swift is not unattractive. I don't know why anybody would say she's unattractive. She is objectively a beautiful woman. I mean, she just is. She is a young, beautiful woman who works out all the time and is in excellent shape, whatever. And is usually seen in public wearing immaculate makeup, stuff like that. So to try to say she's ugly is like, I mean, you could say whatever you want about her music, but she's not ugly. Like, no. Like, she's... I mean, yeah, maybe she's not the hottest, like, most beautiful woman in the world or whatever. But ugly she is not. So I don't know where this comes from. Here's another one. The cons have decided TwistFit is trans. Taylor Swift updates. Lol, are you a bloke? Because Taylor Swift is a bloke. A biological fact to tell the difference between a man and a woman is a woman's finger ring is shorter than the index finger. But for a guy, his ring finger is longer than the index finger. Seriously. Okay, I don't know who Wayne Clark is. He's just some dude. Is that true? A woman's ring finger is shorter than the index finger? What? What the fuck are you talking about? But for a guy, his ring finger is longer than his index finger. I have no fucking clue where that comes from. My ring finger is shorter than my index finger. It is. Suffice to say, take my word for it, when I extend my fingers out on both hands, my ring finger is slightly shorter than my index finger. Does that mean I'm a woman? I mean, I didn't think I was a woman. I guess I must have a vagina then, right? So that's fucking ridiculous. But still, I mean, this is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is not ugly. She doesn't, she looks like a pretty beautiful woman. Like, so her fucking finger is not the right length? I don't know where that fucking stupid shit comes from. Here's another one. Is Taylor Swift perhaps a trans agent placed by LGBT government? The old woman on the left would be a perfect companion for a gay. I don't... How does Taylor Swift look like a trans woman here? Does she look like a man? No, she looks like a woman to me. Looks like a beautiful woman. Looks like a cis woman, I might add. I don't see why. Like, what the fuck? Where does this coming from? It's not like... I mean, if Taylor Swift was like 6'3" and like 230 pounds... like, you know, super muscular with a fucking whatever, then I might see it, but she's not any of those things at all. I don't understand. Like, she doesn't look like someone who's transitioning at all. Like, what the fuck? So I don't understand, where does the Taylor Swift shit come from? That's fucking stupid. Here's one for our good friend J.K. Rowling. I know most people don't like J.K. Rowling. This is from Reddit. Trans Investigator Craziness Part 3. Let's go ahead and open this. J.K. Rowling is a man. Male body. Man all day. Man neck. Is her neck? Is that a man neck? What the hell is a man neck? Like, what, you have an Adam's apple? So she just has a little bump here? I don't understand that shit. There's no Adam's apple here. That eye. What's up with the eye? Right. This is a thing that I see a lot. Apparently, if you have a lazy eye, that just means you're automatically a trans person. I don't know where that came from. I think that's a stereotype. You know, like I saw a post where it said, hey, a large number of trans women have lazy eyes. I don't think there's no like physiological reason that having a lazy eye means you're trans. It's like a stupid fucking stereotype thing. Like, I don't know where that shit came from. Why the fuck is the eye has to do with you being trans? Different eyes. So if your eyes aren't like exactly 100% symmetrical, that means you're trans. I don't understand that. Sovereign Source Studios. Ha ha ha. So yeah, that kind of shows you the politics of these trans investigator people. Sovereign Source. 9 times. I'm betting, 1 to 10. Sovereign Source is probably a sovereign citizen kind of thing. This one here that I'm about to open is from the Fords from Clanma subreddit on Reddit. We can close some of these other things here. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of this. This is Megan Fox. Caption this. From somebody named Dr. Anastasia Maria Lopez. No idea who that is. Megan Fox. Are they trying to say Megan Fox has an Adam's apple? I mean, it doesn't really look like an Adam's apple. It just looks like her throat. Probably because Megan Fox works out all the time and diets and therefore is super skinny because she has to look good because she's an actress. So that happens when you don't have fat on your neck. You can actually see the physiology going underneath. You can see the anatomy in your neck there. Doesn't look like an Adam's apple to me. It just looks like a normal person's neck. I mean, here's the thing. Megan Fox, just like this thing says here, who was pregnant before, is trans. So she has a uterus. She's obviously not a trans woman. She's obviously a cis woman. I don't see how this shit comes out. I found this entire Twitter account here, which is fucking ridiculous. Now, I gotta be careful here because this Twitter thing actually posts nudity. So I gotta be careful not to get this on the stream. This is Trans Investigates the Trans Stars. Right. Joan Jett is a guy. This is Joan Jett. Does Joan Jett look like a man right there? Why? Why would you say Joan Jett looks like a man? It's because she has muscles. That's why. Because according to these assholes, women are not allowed to be athletic. Women are not allowed to actually have upper body strength. That's why. That's what this asshole is looking at. Right. Here's another person, Oprah. How the fuck, Oprah? Oprah, for fuck's sake. Why does Oprah trans? Because she has a lazy eye. They say the wonky eye. Does Oprah really have a lazy eye? I mean, so what? And that's all it is. I mean, Oprah's been in the public spotlight for decades. She's obviously not a trans woman. Does Oprah have children? Let me see. Oprah Winfrey. Children. I guess I could have looked that up. Okay, Oprah doesn't have children. Okay, well, still, obviously not a trans woman. This is Sophia Loren. Sophia Loren is a guy with some pretty big man hands and a wonk eye. Sophia Loren, does she have a... I mean, her hand... Seriously, what the fuck? Like, this now it's getting ridiculous. Mary Antoinette was a man? Like, how? How do you know? This is a painting, for fuck's sake. Oh, guy with the wonk eye, you're welcome. This is a fucking painting. How the fuck do you know that this painting is accurate? Like, ridiculous as hell. Okay, I don't know who this is. Marilyn Volsvant. I guess because if you don't have a neck which is perfectly fucking smooth, then you must be a trans person. Gotta be careful here because some of these have nudity in them, so I don't want to see that. So let's just kind of turn this off for a second and scroll down, get past those. What I'm not showing you is Brittany Griner, who is a basketball player, who is a cis woman, by the way. There's a picture of Brittany Griner topless. Some of these are just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Here we go. Nicki Minaj is a guy. Nicki Minaj is not a guy at all. Nicki Minaj has had plastic surgery, and that's why her face is all weird looking. She is not a guy. She is not a trans woman. Nicki Minaj is a cis woman. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Another one. Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis, I mean, why? Because she has a lazy eye? She doesn't even have a fucking lazy eye, for fuck's sake. So she said, okay, I feel like a gay man in a woman's body. That she said on Conan's. That must mean that she's like a trans woman. Absolutely. I mean, here's the thing, folks. Let's turn this off, right? This is not just some rando that I found on Twitter. It's like there are dozens and dozens of these assholes out there saying this stupid shit. It's like, I don't know, is it a game? Do people actually take this stuff seriously? Do they actually really fucking believe that Nicki Minaj and Mila Kunis and J.K. Rowling and fucking Taylor Swift, for fuck's sake, are like actual like trans women? Like, they just think about how ridiculous that would be. That I don't understand this shit, right? This really started with, I think, the whole Transvestigation thing started with Michelle Obama. That has been a meme for a long, long time, that Michelle Obama is a trans woman. I've seen some really racist shit about that. Some people saying that she was a gorilla that was like shaved down or whatever, which is absolutely fucking the most racist shit ever. That comes from a fucking like, it's like an Eddie Murphy comedy bit, for fuck's sake, which really gets me how like conservatives will hear like comedy, something that a comedian says 30 years ago, and think that shit is like poignant and like true. Right. Another one saying that she was like a trans woman and that the kids are adopted or whatever. Here's something that I found. This is a photo. Let's turn on the window again, where they found her secret identity. Obama and the First Lady, man in parentheses. Here's Obama being old school cool here back in the 80s, I think. This looks like probably the early 80s. And of course, another person named Michael LaVaughn Robinson, who everybody thinks is the secret identity of Michelle Obama. There is zero actual evidence for this, of course. I mean, besides the fact that Barack Obama and Michelle have 2 children who Michelle gave birth to. Besides that, it's not like anybody went out there and like actually found photos of Michelle transitioning or something. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit speculation. Here's one that I found on Reddit. Let's go ahead and move this one over as well. The elbow gives it away. Because Michelle has an elbow which looks like an elbow, and then this guy also has an elbow which looks like an elbow, that must mean that they're the same person. Even when you look at them, they're like not the same height. This guy is like obviously taller than her, has a longer neck, is like stronger and stuff like that. And besides the fact that he's a fucking man, she's a woman, for fuck's sake, they don't even have the same face. No, because they both have elbows. That must mean that they're the same fucking person. Dumbest shit ever. Another one. This is from White People Twitter. Oh, wait a minute. You guys are gonna really like this one. Okay. There's hundreds of photos. Let's go ahead and just zoom into that. There's hundreds of photos that show Melania Trump pregnant with Barron, but there's not one of Michelle Obama pregnant with either Sasha or Malia. Why is that? Maybe it's because fuck you. Maybe that's why there's no photos. Maybe because they don't want to play into your horse shit and feed you fuckers feed into your fucking stupid delusion. And maybe because they just decided not to and they just want to keep those photos private. Who knows, right? At this point, it's sort of like even if they made one public, oh, here's me when I was pregnant with my first daughter or something like that, these assholes will just come up with another angle to the conspiracy. They'll be like, oh, that's not really her. That's a body double or something. That's a clone, whatever. I mean, do you really think that if they were to actually show a photograph of Michelle pregnant, that this would end the fucking stupid ass phony baloney trans investigations of her? Fuck no. Fuck no, it wouldn't. You know, nothing they would say at this point would end it, because it's like these conspiracy theories have taken on a life of their own. And, you know, if you just think it's idiots on Twitter saying this, it's like, it's not. You know, here's another one. This is from everybody's favorite political cartoonist and all-around insane person, Ben Garrison. And this is all it was. This is all the cartoon was. He's not actually saying anything. It's just the implication here. Michelle is big and strong and mannish, and Melania is nice and cute and you know, has much bigger boobs. Michelle has pectorials here, not boobs. It's obvious what he's trying to say. It's the dumbest fucking shit ever. And it just really kind of goes to show, folks, what we're dealing with, what the Republicans are all about. I admit, folks, at one time in my life, I believed very wacky things. Okay. When it comes to conspiracy theories. Right. Although I never really got into them super hard, and I was never like one of those people that believed in like the ancient, you know, reptilian aliens controlling the earth or whatever. I kind of believed a lot of the shit. You know, I believed in lots of very crazy things. And even then, even by height, when I was listening to like fucking, you know, things like Red Ice Radio and like Alex Jones, when I was like indulging things like 9/11 conspiracy theories and like NWO stuff, when I was like kind of at the height of this stuff, when I believed these silly things, even then, I would have laughed my ass off at this trans investigation shit. Like, I would have seen that and been like, what the fuck is this? This is the dumbest fucking thing. This person is obviously not, like, seriously, it's like even wacky for conspiracy theories is what I'm trying to say. Even for a conspiracy theorist to see this shit, this stuff is fucking stupid and like embarrassing. And if you believe it, you should feel bad. You should feel bad. And that's what it is. It's bigotry and hatred. That's all this shit is. It's bigotry and hatred, and how prevalent it is. It's a demonstration of just how prevalent it is on the right wing. That this has become like the favorite fucking pastime for like an entire segment of our population is just embarrassing. And this is why it's important to fight back against this stuff. It's like you can't give these people an inch because they don't care about you. They're not trying to actually have a good faith argument about like human rights and like, you know, women's rights and stuff like that. Whenever you see these asshole anti-trans turf fuckers complaining about women in sports or something like that, or oh, this is women, you know, these are men taking women's spaces and whatever and blah blah blah. You know, if you were an actual real woman, you couldn't say that, but trans men can't. Like, no, you got to remember, like, this is what their head is really at. It has nothing to do with actual women's rights. It's got nothing to do with fairness in sports or any of that shit, or protecting the children or whatever from perverts. No, that's all smokescreen. It's all just about hatred and bigotry, right? So much so that they spend their time going through like and creating these elaborate fucking fantasies. There is no such fucking thing as the LGBTQ. Like, what did that person say? Like the LGBTQ like candidate or whatever, overlords or something. Like, what did that fucking? They were the very first one we looked at. Let me go back and look at it again. She's poisoning young girls to hate men, stuff like that. No, that's bullshit. There is no cabal of fucking like secret Jews controlling everything and trying to brainwash your kids into being trans, trying to take over the country or whatever so that they could take away your guns or whatever. No. Such fucking horseshit. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and if you believe this stuff, you're a fucking moron. Seriously, you're a goddamn moron, and that's all I gotta say.
Hello folks, if you like what I do and you want to support the channel, please consider buying something from my Etsy shop, supporting me on Patreon, liking and subscribing, and checking me out across my social media links listed below. Thank you all so much, and see you next time.